What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Hey, wait a second. Did you hold back at the end? You could have taken the win for real, couldn't you?
Dino's curiosity got the better of him when Pico returned.
Well, at least we confirmed the bracelet works, right?
Pico replied with a mix of grumpiness and disappointment, her tone betraying her dissatisfaction. She grabbed a spare bracelet and put it on, preparing for the next round.
Yeah, but still.
Dino trailed off, sensing it was better not to push the issue further. He knew Pico could have fought for a real victory if she'd wanted to. The truth was, Pico had the strength and skills to win. But she chose not to unleash her full power or employ her more dangerous techniques. If she had, the outcome could have been entirely different. Yet, her restraint showed her strategic thinking. It wasn't worth wasting her full arsenal when survival mattered more than a single win. The bigger question was what they were actually gaining from this endless struggle. If they kept fighting full force, it would just turn into a battle of endurance. They could easily burn through their energy and end up with nothing but the hollow pride of a win. And what good was pride if it didn't get them out alive? Worse yet, showing their full hand too early would only set them up for failure. Dino's group wasn't here to win. They were stalling, hoping Vega could wrest control of the labyrinth. Whether he'd succeed remained uncertain.
Let's face it, winning doesn't really matter here. You know what I mean? We're in enemy territory. Sure, there's this false sense of security because we've got these bracelets and Ramirez is acting all carefree. But pushing ourselves too hard now might leave us unable to recover when it actually counts.
Dino laid it out plainly, his tone practical yet grim.
You're right, supplies are non-existent, and we can't count on reinforcements. Winning isn't the real issue.
Gracia agreed, her voice calm but resolute. They couldn't rely on Ramirez to keep her word either. Even if they won every match, Ramirez still had plenty of resources to throw at them.
This is such a pain. How about we just throw in the towel and lose all the matches? Makes things easier, right?
Dino suggested with a shrug, his tone almost too casual for the weight of the situation. Mai, who had been silently observing, let out a deep sigh. Meanwhile, Pico and Gracia exchanged a look of mutual frustration before shaking their heads. After the battle, Pico managed to hold back just enough to conserve her strength. Dino couldn't help but think it was the right call, even if it hadn't been part of their original plan. With no guarantee that Vega's strategy would work, saving their energy seemed like the smarter move.
All right, Pico, take a break. This won't get any easier.
Dino said casually as he stretched, his tone as relaxed as ever. Pico gave him a sharp look.
You idiot. You're acting way too comfortable for someone in this mess.
Though irritated, Pico knew this was just Dino being Dino.
Fine. I'll leave the rest to you.
She muttered with a sigh, sitting beside him in a triangle position to rest. Mai, standing nearby with her crescent bow in hand, appeared calm and composed as she walked toward the Colosseum.
Well, this works.
She murmured, her voice barely audible. As Ramirez stepped in to guide them, Apito appeared, her energy vibrant and eager.
I'm Apito-chan, and this is my Furuki. I'm from another world, though, for some reason, I'm not human anymore. Yeah, I figured. You and Rimuru seem like you're from the same place. Maybe you'll get some answers.
There was a brief pause, filled with an unspoken tension, before Ramirez's voice rang out again.
All right, it's Apito versus Mai.
Her announcement echoed across the Colosseum as Apito darted into the arena. Her entrance, a blur of motion, looked like instantaneous movement, but was actually an illusion created by her incredible speed. While it could confuse most, Mai's sharp eyes, honed through her magic perception, saw through it with ease.
Better stay sharp. We can't afford to be careless.
Mai adjusted her grip on her weapon, her focus unwavering. Apito caught the subtle shift in her posture and responded with a wry smile.
Give it your all, both of you.
And with that, the second match began. Apito was a master of high-speed movement, her agility unmatched by most. But Mai's abilities operated on an entirely different level. Using her ultimate enchantment, World Map, she could track every one of Apito's moves. Effortlessly, Mai slipped behind her opponent, her precision razor-sharp. In a battle like this, speed truly was everything. Mai was the embodiment of speed, perfectly suited to counter fighters like Apito, who relied on rapid movement.
She's incredible.
Dino's voice rang out, filled with genuine admiration. As it wasn't his turn to fight, he leaned back, watching Mai's battle with the ease of someone enjoying a spectacle. Having faced Apito before, Dino couldn't help but marvel at how effortlessly Mai was controlling the fight.
Apito-S as fast as me. It's insane. right? With speed like that, I'd have had trouble. But she's got Apito completely cornered. And that bow. What a nightmare. She fired so many arrows midair to block Apito's every move. Honestly, Apito deserves credit for keeping up as well as she has.
The three of them shared a quiet consensus, impressed by Mai's dominance and Apito's resilience. Despite being at a clear disadvantage, Apito wore a smile that was anything but comforting. Her eyes sparkled with a fierce determination to win, even in the face of overwhelming odds.
She's still tough, though. Instantaneous movement really is a pain, isn't it?
Dino's tone, though amused, carried a note of caution. Spatial domination was hailed as the pinnacle of spatial abilities. It allowed not only for spatial transportation to predetermined locations but also for instantaneous teleportation to any visible space. However, there was a critical flaw. The destination had to be fixed before activation. The moment it was triggered, the destination could be detected, rendering it practically useless against a superior opponent with spatial awareness. Instantaneous movement, on the other hand, was a completely different beast. It let the user traverse space without leaving a trace or giving any warning, making it virtually undetectable. Mai's mastery of instantaneous movement, combined with her sharp instincts, made her a formidable force, and even someone as fast as Apito found herself struggling to keep up. In combat, there's no asset more critical than speed. Against Mai, whose movements could rival light itself, it was nearly impossible to land a hit. The only viable option was to set a trap. However, Mai's sharp instincts and readiness ensured she was always one step ahead. She had anticipated the possibility and wasn't going to fall for it. What gave Apito her unsettling calmness was her ongoing evolution. Throughout the battle, her strength steadily climbed, her existence value growing by the second. By the time Dino realized what was happening, it was too late. Apito's evolution hit its tipping point, her existence value soaring past 1,000,000. Like a creature breaking free from its cocoon, her presence exploded, radiating a force so intense it warped the space around her.
Are you kidding me? She gets stronger as the fight goes on.
Mai clenched her fists in frustration. It wasn't entirely unexpected, but that didn't make it any less infuriating. She had been prepared to lose, but only because she trusted her opponent to some degree. However, Apito's relentless growth pushed Mai to throw everything she had into winning. With a massive surge of energy that twisted the air itself, Mai launched her ultimate attack. What had once been a casual hobby, archery, had evolved into her deadliest weapon. Wielding her crescent bow, she could fire arrows imbued with her fighting will. Freed from the limitations of physical quivers, Mai unleashed volleys of meteoric arrows at will, their power unmatched. Mai's fighting style had always been unpredictable. Arrows rained down like meteors, covering the battlefield in chaos, while her mastery of instantaneous movement kept her untouchable. Past battles had honed this strategy, but facing Apito's escalating strength left Mai with one clear option: end the fight quickly. The arrow barrage was inescapable, surrounding Apito from every angle, unless, of course, Apito could somehow match Mai's speed.
Stardust rain.
With a cry, Mai unleashed her attack. The air trembled, and the sky seemed to split apart under the overwhelming power of the Rikubaku spirit. Apito appeared cornered, with no escape in sight. But just as Mai's attack reached its zenith, Apito's evolution completed. In an instant, the Queen of Bugs emerged, her transformation fully realized. To an untrained eye, Apito might have resembled Peliod. While there's a clear distinction between an antlion and a bee, Apito's transformation brought about a distorted yet ultimate beauty. As she raised her hand toward the sky, just before Mai's arrow could strike, it became clear she had reached a new pinnacle.
Insects in the sky.
She murmured. A thin, rainbow-hued membrane formed around her, a distortion field shielding her from any attack. This technique, a hallmark of Zijin's prowess, was now within Apito's grasp thanks to her recent evolution and mastery of spatial domination.
My secret.
Apito didn't falter. She didn't retreat. Instead, she advanced. With each step forward, her overwhelming presence forced Mai to take a step back. The tide of the battle had shifted. Mai could feel it. Her strongest attack had failed, and with it, the fight seemed all but decided.
Why now?
Her voice trembled as Apito's hand began to glow, radiating a lethal intent. Apito's move was swift. The Empress Stinger, a lethal weapon faster and sharper than any arrow, struck Mai's heart like a falling star. The question on Mai's lips faded before it could even be uttered.
How did she become so strong?
The thought echoed through the minds of Dino and the others, watching in disbelief. None of them had an answer. The sheer intensity of the battle and its unexpected conclusion left them visibly shaken.
This is why I hate this stuff.
Dino's exasperation was palpable. Meanwhile, Ramirez, glued to the large screen, watched the battle unfold with wide eyes. She, too, couldn't hide her surprise at Apito's unexpected transformation.
Existence value, fixed at 1,737,775.
The operator tracking the battle announced Apito's stats, and a wave of shock rippled through the room.
Why?
Ramirez muttered, her confusion plain as she tried to comprehend what had just transpired. Apito's rapid evolution seemed inexplicable until the disappearance of Peliod came to light. With the death of the Emperor, the female leader who ruled the Insect General and held the title of Vice King of Insectar, her legacy passed on to Apito, the sole surviving female. Originally destined to rise as the next queen, Apito now wielded the immense power she had inherited. This transformation elevated her into a divine form, earning her the title of Shin-Hu. While this marked the beginning of her inheritance of Peliod's divinity, it was clear that Apito's abilities still had room to grow. Yet, there was no denying it, she had ascended to godhood, Shin. Through this evolution, Apito had gained the strength to stand among the ultimate beings, a status that made her a trusted ally of Zijin. To outsiders unaware of the intricate developments behind the scenes, Apito's transformation must have seemed like pure irrationality, an unfathomable leap in power. At the perfect moment, Apito's evolution reached its zenith, granting her the overwhelming strength needed to decisively overpower Mai. Ramirez and her team were riding high after 2 consecutive wins. Now, it was Dino's turn. Ramirez announced that the third match would be between Gracia and Ranga, but Geld unexpectedly stepped forward. With an apologetic expression, he made his case.
I know this is selfish, but I'd like to take the next fight instead. Can I leave this one to him?
It wasn't like Geld to make personal requests, and the rare show of insistence left Benimaru and the others uneasy.
A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rosen, Jerry Sladek, Ray Perez, Jay, Donald Williams, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, T. Bush, Kirisoto Sama, JV, Thomas, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Khalid, Christian Deshazer, Divine C. Harris, Montyboy 98, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Isaac, Koala King 93, Quilly Buckner, Alver, Normal Defate, Joshua Andrade, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Nate, Leiron Sangkap, Lucas Guet, Jason Martin, Sky T, Andre Hamilton, Martin Ramos, Emperor WSA, Miko Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Carl Stephen Bernadal, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Marl Barsha, Ralph Ignacio, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Kamal Luke, Akshay Devate, Elvin Quarty, Ian Sikibiol, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, KACP9R, The Harv, Drayden Yamauchi, Joshua Wolf. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.